Hello, my name is Hunter, the movie reviewing pony, because when it comes to cinema, humans cannot be trusted. And I am aware that I said that I only review cinema things in that statement, but you guys still clicked on the video, so yay! Episode 4, Bloom and Gloom. Or as I like to call it, Appleception BWAH! This episode stars a delightful little troublemaker we know as Applebloom, aka the name that I can't get out of my head. Oh yeah, and Applebloom's other two friends are in this episode as well. Interesting that they're starting off the season with a Cutie Mark Crusaders episode. I mean, think about it. With every season, we get our two-part season opener, and then we get something that's plot-related that we might focus on for the rest of the season. The only season that went against this rule is Season 3, and that's still the worst season. Certainly wasn't terrible, but it was definitely the low point. But regardless, it's not really a bad thing that they're starting out with a Cutie Mark Crusaders episode. I just find it a little bit odd, because I've never done this before. And you know what else is weird? How it's been taking Hasbro over a week to hit us with copyright claims. And you know what else I want to know? Why are they still running the same commercial for Season 5 when these episodes air? Hey, we're on episode 4 now! Not on episodes 1 and 2! What's going on? I could rant about this forever, but I need to get started. So, without further ado, let's have a look at Bloom and Gloom. Or Appleception BWAH! So the episode opens at Applebloom's clubhouse for the
Cutie Mark Acquisition Program,
where the trio have gotten a delightful little letter from that delightful little character that we know as Babseed.
Accept this letter from Babseed saying she's got her cutie mark.
Whoa, what? Sorry, what?
Accept this letter from Babseed saying she's got her cutie mark.
What? What the fuck?
You are literally destroying any use this character had by simply saying that sentence. Babseed is now a useless character. Don't believe me? Just listen.
She can't be a cutie mark crusader if she's already got her cutie mark.
All use for Babs has been destroyed. Rest in peace, Babs!
Dust in the wind. All they are is dust in the wind.
Seriously, I will be surprised if we ever see Babs again. I mean, let's be honest here. The last time we saw her was Apple Family Reunion, and that was back in Season 3. Now it's Season 5, and they're declaring that she's out of the Cutie Mark Crusaders. And let's be honest, using her as a plot device was going nowhere. I mean, the closest opportunity we had to seeing Babs would have been Rarity Takes Manhattan, and they didn't take advantage of that at all. So then again, this really isn't one of those shows that does a side plot very often. Anyway, Applebloom is troubled by this. She thinks that once they get their cutie marks, they can't be friends anymore. Well, you did just kick Babs out of the group and, like, essentially destroy any hope of her coming back to the show. You know what? I say Applebloom has the right to be worried about this. I mean, Lord knows I was worried about it. I mean, given my name, I thought I was gonna have to go out into the woods and shoot things. No, I'm just good at fixing computers. And espionage. And sabotage. And infiltration. And reviewing shit. What am I not good at? You know, besides telling people to stop making the dog who saved insert holiday here movies. But anyway, where were we? Oh yeah, Applebloom is worried. After that, we get our opening title sequence. Big adventure, tons of fun, beautiful heart, blah blah blah, that's the way we drown Spike, fa la 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 la. Or at least that's what we would do if it weren't for the TVY rating. We then cut to later that night, where Applebloom seems to be pulling a Twilight, which is what we here in Ponyville have come to call some pony freaking out.
What if I finally get my cutie mark and I don't like it? What if I get my cutie mark and no pony likes me?
Well, Applebloom, that's what they have therapy for. Seriously, you'd be surprised how many ponies actually try to commit suicide over a cutie mark. I mean, how would you feel if you were destined to unclog toilets for the rest of your life? Not very good, I'd imagine. Unless that's actually your job, in which case, good for you.
What if it's not an apple? Will I have to move out? Where will I live?
Well, quite obviously they're gonna disown you. No, seriously, Apple family's been on a watch list for a while now. Anyway, Applejack assures Apple Bloom that everything is going to be fine and she is quote-unquote not going to get disowned. Also, Applejack sort of has a song number, but then I guess they decided that they don't want to have a song number for this episode. Apple Bloom wakes up the next day and goes downstairs where Applejack has made pancakes.
Pancake!
God damn it, Greg! But all is not happiness and pancakes.
Pancake!
At the Apple household because Apple Bloom ended up getting her cutie mark. Huh. I'll have to earthquake-proof my house for when it actually does happen. So it turns out that Apple Bloom's cutie mark is, pesticide. So does this mean that I can use her in the Game Loft game to get rid of the goddamn parasprites? Actually, it just means that Apple Bloom is gonna start taking lessons from this guy. And actually, your job has very little to do with parasprites.
Any pony with a trombone can get rid of parasprites.
Yes, would you like to tell that to the developers at Gameloft? But anyway, Apple Bloom's job happens to be something quite different.
You ever hear of Twittermites?
Twitter mites?
Oh, good God, we've been getting a... Oh, God. Oh, for God's sake, one God in the room! Greg, get underneath the table and get it... Oh, my God! Quit moving, you little fucker! Greg, get the Twitter feed! You need to post something over there to make it go away! Oh my God, I shot down 50 speeding griffins during the war and I can't shoot this fucker! Don't tell me how to fucking fire a gun! For God's sake, stop moving! Ah, great. Hashtags are everywhere now. So as I was saying, we've been getting a lot of those. Actually, they're talking about something completely different. These little guys, who were used as weapons against us during the war. They were surprisingly effective. And given my experience with these things, I'd recommend a flamethrower. The only way we had to get rid of the little bastards was to burn them. But, oh and behold, Apple Bloom does have a knack for it. Which is good, because I had my fair share of dealing with them during the war. I can't escape the screaming. Oh yeah, then what's-his-face takes off, and we never learned his name.
Well, well, well. Look at the new bug pony.
Oh, what the fuck? Are these two just waiting out at Sweet Apple Acres, waiting for an opportunity to pick on Apple Bloom? I know the Ministry of Strategic Services gave me strict orders not to shoot these two, but oh my God, do I want to. Nobody in town enjoys having them around, and it shows.
You know what? My cutie mark isn't the worst. You two are.
Scream it to the heavens! I would shoot them, but then I'd get my license revoked. So Apple Bloom runs off away from those stupid ponies when the container for the Twittermites starts breaking open. Meanwhile, Apple Bloom runs off and ends up in this place.
If your cutie mark bothers you so much, get rid of it.
Starlight Glimmer? Is that you? But Apple Bloom asks her to get rid of the cutie mark, and the voice complies. Though upon heading back to town, Apple Bloom... Okay, you know what? At this point, I'm just sort of used to stuff like this happening. Apple Bloom comes back to town and the entire town is being destroyed. Just like it is every fortnight. But it turns out that the Twittermites escaped and are destroying the town. See, this is why I live on the outskirts of town, away from where everything is getting blown up. So Apple Bloom decides that she's going to do a thing. Unfortunately, she didn't realize that not having a cutie mark means that you are not good at anything in the fucking universe, even the thing that you're supposed to be good at. Which is not entirely true. Oh yeah, by the way, then their barn blows up. Again, for like the upteenth time. Honestly, I don't know why Apple Bloom is surprised at this point. I mean, this is like the 5th time that's happened. And that's just the amount of times that it's happened on camera. You will not believe the kinds of stuff that goes down over there every Tuesday. And it was all a dream. So Apple Bloom goes downstairs where Applejack is making pancakes.
Pancakes!
You know what? I don't even care anymore. But it turns out that Apple Bloom got another cutie mark.
Potion making. Now that's more like it.
Wait, didn't she try that back in season 2? Anyway, Apple Bloom runs off to tell Scootaloo and Sweetie Belle the good news. But the thing that killed Babs has come back to haunt us.
Well, you can't be a cutie mark crusader if you've already got your cutie mark.
As a result, Apple Bloom is exiled from the Cutie Mark Crusaders. And as a result, she's kicked out of the clubhouse. Little does she realize that the clubhouse is on her property and she could easily kick them out. And then we get another visit from the mysterious voice. Woo! The voice once again agrees to remove Apple Bloom's cutie mark. Apple Bloom goes out to tell the other two the good news, but this time the tables have turned.
We both sort of got our cutie marks.
And Apple Bloom is exiled once again. Proving that no matter what she does, Apple Bloom will never be happy. And then she wakes up from that horrible nightmare. So let me get this straight, just to make sure I'm clear. Apple Bloom woke up from a dream to another dream of which she just woke up from? We need to go deeper, Leo! Once again, Apple Bloom goes downstairs, and this time, thankfully, Applejack isn't making pancakes.
Pancakes!
Yep, sorry, I said that one. But this time, Apple Bloom's cutie mark doesn't relate to apples. No, this time her cutie mark is
What is it now?
a derpy dolphin. Okay. As a result, the Apple family disowns her. After a quick commercial break, she wakes up. At this rate, we're gonna end up in limbo. But anyway, this time around, Apple Bloom's cutie mark is a... No, wait, it's a... Okay, this time I don't know what the hell it is. You ask me to sabotage a griffin tank, you got it. You ask me to analyze someone's dream, go ask some pony else.
I don't want to see another cutie mark as long as I live.
Well, that might be hard, considering that every pony has one. But anyway, then Apple Bloom ends up in the dark place again. Yeah, that's okay. I go there every month. Anyway, Apple Bloom can't seem to escape the voices in her dreams, which it turns out they're not Sunset Shimmer. Oh, sorry, Starlight Glimmer. Forgive me, those names are quite similar. But finally, seeing how this is a dream, who better than to show up at this moment than my commanding officer, Princess Luna? Espionage, sabotage, infiltration is our business. We work from the shadows to the betterment of Equestria. We are the Ministry of Strategic Services. Praise the moon! So Luna reveals that all Apple Bloom has been afraid of is herself. leading me to believe that perhaps Applejack needs to go through some sort of therapy.
Sometimes we can worry about a thing so much the fear can make us feel like we're trapped in a nightmare.
Hey, is it just me or is Luna moving around, like, way too much? So she reveals to Apple Bloom that she's really not the only one worried about this. Sweetie Belle is worried about it. Scootaloo is worried about it. I guess the moral of the story is you're not the only one with problems. Anyway, the three of them meet up in the dream world, in the dream clubhouse, I guess. The three of them all agree that since we're worried about the same thing, they can encourage each other to keep carrying onward. Which is actually a really good message. A lot of people out there think that they're the only ones with problems, when really they aren't. Chances are there's a lot of other people out there with the same problem, and if they join forces, they can probably work their way past it. Anyway, Apple Bloom finally wakes up for reals this time. See, this is why Luna was able to infiltrate, was because Apple Bloom was at the top layer of dreaming. She can't really go down to lower layers. We haven't really figured out why. And the episode finally ends, and the Apple family enjoys a whole bunch of pancakes.
Pancakes!
And that's the end of the episode. How's it hold up? Pretty good, actually. Okay, the episode certainly got a bit creepy at times, but I can look past that. Also, they, quote, killed, unquote, Babseed, but again, she wasn't really doing anything in the plot to begin with. Well, let's face it, this was the final nail in her coffin. But on to the episode itself. I really did like the message that this episode had to convey. I already went over it, so I won't go over it again, but I did really like the message. Also, can we figure out a better way to use Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon? The only reason they seem to show up now is to be assholes. But overall, this was a pretty good episode. I'm just hoping that things next week are a little bit less weird. If you know what I mean. My name is Hunter, and this has been a Hunter Review.